Pete knows crunchy crackers. He loves crunchy crackers. Pete looks at his sandwich that he's making for his lunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got mayo, bread, a fish, and apples. That is one crazy sandwich, isn't it? Pete is very hungry. Pete adds a pickle. Pete adds cheese. Pete adds egg. 2 hot dogs, a banana, and a can of beans. Man, that sandwich is going to be huge. How many pieces of food or parts of food do we see here, guys? 1. Oops, I'm on the wrong side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 different kinds of food, but 7 pieces of food in all. See, we have 1 pickle, 1 wedge of cheese, 1 egg, 2 hot dogs, 1 banana, and 1 can of beans. Oh, goodness. Look how big his sandwich got. Something is missing. Aw, still Pete. Pete adds ice cream. He takes 3 large scoops. 1, 2, 3. Oh, goodness. Pete's sandwich is too big for Pete to eat. Oh, it'd be too big for me to eat too. Pete wonders what to do. Pete thinks and thinks. If you had a big pile of food like that, what would you do with it? Let's see what happens. I've got it, Pete says. Pete calls his friends. Ding, ding, ding. Unfortunately, we got a little bit of a rip here in the page. Don't worry, a little bit of tape will fix that up. He asks them to come over. Everyone goes to Pete's house. They are very hungry. It's a lot of friends to share his food with. Good thing he's got a lot of food to share, huh? Pete shows him his big lunch. Are you all hungry? asks Pete. Pete's sandwich is big enough for everyone. Dig in, says Pete. Look at that. He takes all the food and he shares it with his friends. Pete's sandwich is good. Pete's sandwich is very good. Oh, that's something I didn't expect. Oh, whew. Pete's sandwich is all gone. Pete's friends are full. They liked Pete's big lunch. Thanks for lunch, Pete's friends say. Thanks for sharing. Whew. You're welcome, says Pete. Staying is cool. Sharing is cool. So, when you have too much of food, it could be sour for your tummy. Also, there are certain foods that shouldn't go together too much in your tummy. It can make you sick. Whew. Looking at all those different kinds of foods made me feel like Pete was going to get sick. But he had that bright idea of sharing with his friends. I honestly love to share. That brings me to my next point, actually. You know what's round, like a circle, that you can eat and share? Can you think of anything? I can think of 3 things. A pizza. A pizza is round, and everyone can have a slice. A cake. A cake is usually round. Most of the time it is. And you can cut it up to share it with somebody. And a pie is round. And you can cut it up and share it. Which one's your favorite to share? And can you think of any other foods that are round that you can share? I'd love to hear your ideas. All right. On Wednesday, we will be talking more about sharing things that are round. So look forward to that. We're going to be discussing what's called fractions. But there'll be more on that later. I'm just super excited. I just had to bring it up now. And let's see. So we go over to our schedule. All right. We had the word story marked off on the side there. I'm going to move that little marker, stick it next to the word fun, because the next thing we're going to do is our fun activity. Hope you got your thinking caps on. We're really going to need it. Boost those critical thinking skills. So get ready. You ready for that check mark with me? Get your check fingers ready. 1, 2, 3, and down and up. Check. We've checked off story time. And so, hold on. Huh? Wait for me. Oi. Come on, let me help you up here. Hey, Maelstrom, let him go. Let him go. Let them pass. Oh gosh, Kitty, you in your front row there. Hi, friends. It's me, Auntie Bo. How you doing? I hope you're doing okay. I hear you guys are talking about sheep, and more importantly, you're talking about cycles. I have a very important thing to share with you about cycles. You do you? Yeah, you know what, Miss Mithra? One thing that we use with our numbers is we tell the time with it. Explain. So, when you're telling the time, we use little devices or little machines called watches, or timepieces, as some fancy people like to call. But you can just call them watches or clocks. Clocks works too. And we got a new toy today that will show us about the time. But first, a number joke. A number joke, huh? Yeah, okay. All right, pay attention, kids. You can tell this to your mommy and daddy later. Ready? It's not that 6, 7, 8 joke, is it? Oh. Why are you busting chops? It's what I do. Yeah. Oh, all right. I gotta think of another one. Okay, what did 0 say to 8? What did 0 say to 8? Nice belt. Okay, I got one more. Did you hear that I got a snake? I got a pet snake. Did you? It's exactly 3.14 meters long. It's a python. Okay, that was awful. Yeah, but I loved it, and you loved it too. Yes, I admit it, I did. I loved it. I loved it so much. Remember, kids, you can use that. Tell your mom and dad all about it. All right, cool. All right, so this clock. Yeah, let me go get it. This is it right here. Yep, that's a clock. That's at the face of time. What do you call a clock without numbers? Timeless. So this right here represents all the numbers that we use in a day. We use it twice. We use 1 through 12 once. And that's like the middle of the night all the way up to noon. It's 12 o'clock, yeah. And then we use it again to do the rest of the day. 1 through 12. So you gotta make sure you know which one is the daytime, which one's the nighttime. Can you tell us which one is which? Oh, yeah, sure. Let me go get my front sheet. Okay, so you're going to write the number 1. Okay. Right in front of those dots. I guess he knows what he's talking about. I've written the number 1. At the dots, put A. And now M. So we have 1 a.m. Fix the timepiece. With the short hand, those blue sticks you see there? Yeah. Have the short stick go over the 1. One of them was red. That's fine. And the long one? See the long one up here? The long one goes over the 12. That indicates 1 a.m. Oh, okay, awesome. But that's when you and me are usually sleeping. Do you want to see what it is when we're outside playing after lunch? Erase the A. And put a P. Now you have 1 p.m. This is usually after lunchtime, but if you want to eat lunch at this time too, that's okay. Or you can take a nap. It's a good time for a nap. So, we started the show at a certain time. We try to start it every morning at 10 a.m. So, with what Auntie's telling us, I would draw the number 10 right here in front of the dots like that. And put 2 zeros to indicate the beginning of the hour. So at 10 o'clock is when we start the show. But what time is it now? The clock says 10:26. Okay, so I'm going to erase these and put 2 and a 6 to indicate 26. So right now it is 10:26. You're going to move the big hand over the 5. Okay. Oh, right, and we count by 5s doing this. Every number represents the number 5. And it will tell you that too. You see the smaller blue numbers? Over the 1 says 5, and over the 2 says 10. So we go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I bring this over here. The little hand goes to the 10. So this is what time it is right now. It is 10:26 a.m. All right. And you know what? We'll make this part of our routine. It will come right before book time. We'll do it one more time quickly during the show. And at the end of the show, we'll take the time again. That's what we're going to go for. You heard me say it here, folks. All right. And if you're curious about your own timepieces, take a look at your own clock. It might look like this. Or it might just look like this, without the clock and without the circle. This is what you would call a digital clock or an analog clock. And this is just a clock. Which one do you have at home? All right. Well, without further ado, folks, let's go ahead and move on to our game. I really want you to meet Blue. I think it's going to be super fun, so hang tight while we get prepared. And like I said, go get your thinking caps on, go get you a drink of water, and go do something silly. Go do something fun for yourself. Give a nice stretch, and I guess go play with your animal for a little bit. He should know by now if he's gonna sit in front of me like that. He is subject to that kind of playfulness. Love you, baby. Okay, see you soon. what a spread we have there. Yes, indeed, Angie. This is going to be our new game. So this is blue. Yep, indeed. I have to fix the location of the pictures just a little bit, but we'll work on that. As you can see right here, here's a picture of Blue. Blue the puppy. And as you can see, she really is blue. What do you see in this picture? We see a picture of orange juice. That right there is ice tray. And there are some sticks. And it says at the bottom, juice pops. With these three items, Blue made juice pops. They're all lined up right here. Here's the orange juice. Here's the ice tray. And then here are the pop sticks. Now these are very important that you get pop sticks. Clean sticks from the store if you ever want to make juice pops like this. Because you don't want any dirty sticks from outside. They will give you germs. Icky. They don't make their juice pops taste bad too. So those are the three things that was needed for the juice pops. So those are all correct. There are two activities here that, thank you Maelstrom, that Maelstrom's laying on top of, and he's going to help. Oh gosh, Maelstrom, let go, please. Your claws are so sharp. Maelstrom, please. Let go, kitty. I love you. Oh my gosh, Maelstrom, he's out for you. So we're gonna move these off to the side. Here, Maelstrom, you can have these. Oh gosh, you crazy animal. Here, take them. Oh, that's cats for you guys. All right. So in this picture, we have a nest of birds. Oh, the little baby birds look so cute. Yes, that's right. They do look cute. How many did you see in that picture? Well, let's take a closer look, can we? Let me see. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 baby birds and 1 egg. Maybe that one's not ready to hatch yet. That happens sometimes. Yep. I'm going to take this cup away from Maelstrom. Right here. What do you see in this picture? What is Blue doing? I see a lunchbox and a book and a chalkboard and a rug. Like at school. That's right. Blue's at school. Alright, so here's the game, friends. We are going to pick these pictures here, these clues. And we're going to figure out which clues go with which picture. So try to remember. Here they are one more time so you can get a good look at them. The nest. And the school. And the mother bird. Oh, I had a friend that reminded me, yes, there's a mother bird. So that actually makes 4 birds and an egg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and an egg. Good eye, friend. Alright, we're going to turn over this one first. I'll tell you what, I'm going to ask my friends in the chat, because we've got some people that are in chat, to pick the next one for me. This will be the first clue. Second, third, fourth, 5th, and 6th. I'm going to go ahead and pick the 6th clue. And if you would like in chat, tell me which clue you would like me to pick next. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Meanwhile, I'll go ahead and turn this one over. I'll turn number 6 over. What's that picture up there? It looks like a TV set. It does kind of look like a TV. At the bottom, it says chalkboard. Which one of these pictures has the chalkboard? Was it the nest? Or is it the school? The school! That's right. So we're going to put the chalkboard right here behind the school. Alright, friend. Which number next? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A friend says clue number 4. And they said, please, what wonderful manners. Thank you, friend. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you see here? A picture of sticks. Those are some nice sticks there. So would the sticks go in the nest or in the school? Well, in my school, they say that nature belongs outside with nature. So would it be the nest? That's right, it would be the nest. I'm sure we all have that rule as well. Teachers will tell us nature belongs outside with nature. Children belong in the school. I'm not allowed to bring my students or let my students bring out items either. All right, so we still have 4 clues left. What clue next, friends? We have 1, 2, 3. We used 4, and here's 5. Did Blue ever bark like a puppy in the show? Yes, she sounded like this. Oh, that's so adorable. All right, another friend has said, clue number 1, please. You're on a roll with your good manners today, friend. Keep it up. Clue number 1, are you ready? Oh my gosh, it's a turkey. No, not quite. It's a turkey sandwich. You didn't let me finish. Oh, okay. Maybe it's a turkey sandwich. On that lunchbox. Where would the lunchbox go? We definitely need to put it in the tree, right? Those baby birds gotta eat something. Yeah, baby birds do need to eat something. This is true. But do they eat turkey sandwiches? That wouldn't be good. Maybe it'd be safer to put it into the school. Yes. Yes, indeed. Because there actually is a lunchbox there next to Blue in the picture. We have found 2 clues. 1, 2. If we find the last clue for school, we have solved that mystery. What's next, friend? We have still clue number 2, 3, and 5. And there goes yet another cup. 2 cups, actually. The things I didn't realize I'd be counting today on the show. Thanks, Maelstrom. What is trouble plus 1 cat equal? 2 knocked over cups. That's right. Clue number 3, please. 2, 3, here we go. I see 2 eggs. Well, wait a minute, something's wrong here. There's only 1 egg in that picture. Yeah, but do baby birds need an egg first? Yes. So there's our second clue for the nest. There's one proud mama. Okay, just 2 left. We have clue number 2 and clue number 5. Which one next, friend? A friend says, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? That is a very old question. Because if you think of it, when the very first chicken came, did it come in an egg? Or did it just, poof, decide to be, I'm a chicken? Clue number 2, please. Oh, it's a picture of a book. Well, what if the book was telling us about birds? And what first comes, the chicken or the egg? What do you think? The school, that's right. We have found the last clue for the school. Great job, friend. Chalkboard, lunchbox, and the book. Way to go. So that means our very last clue is the tree. That's a very nice tree too, because the nest has got to sit on top of the tree. Isn't there a song about the green grass that grows all around the tree? There is. Maybe we can sing that this week. Oh, that would be stellar. Stellar indeed. So we have solved the mystery for the nest. We have found the sticks. We have found the eggs. And we have found the tree. I thought one of the clues was going to be a nest. And then I would talk about leaving nature outside again. Not unless we were studying the nest, right? Oh yeah, in my science center at the school, we had all sorts of things that came from the outside. Oh, and this was on the inside of the body? Yes, indeed. As a matter of fact, we would have to get rid of it later so it wouldn't cause any allergy problems. Oh, I can definitely understand that and appreciate that too. All right, friends, we will step away just for a quick second, but we'll be right back as we prepare for the last part of the day. Stay tuned. Whew. Thank you so much for your stellar help, friends. You did amazing today. Yeah, I was surely impressed. There are all sorts of clues around the house. Things where places where things belong. So if you see something that's out of its place, be sure to put it back. Where it belongs might be missing whatever it is. Where, for example, would your toys go? Where does your coat go? Can you tell me where Mommy's watch goes? Here's a neat game that you can play with your family. Everybody goes to get something in the house and shares it with everyone else. Another person in the house will go put it back where it belongs. Bonus points if it belongs somewhere in particular. Like, for example, the big wooden spoon. Which drawer in your kitchen does it belong? Oh, my wooden spoon isn't in the kitchen. Where's that? It's in the Little Dipper. Okay. Alright, so let's check the time real quick and then we'll move on to our folktale. Alright, I'll get you set up. Alright, let me help you with that. Oh, it's heavy. Hold on. Oh. Thank you, Auntie. Alright. Oh. Okay, so we're going to slide our marker. Whoops, other side. Slide our marker down here to the tail. You ready to help check off the fun with me? On the count of 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Check. Fun is done. Alright, and now it is time for our tail. Right after we find out what time it is. The clock says it is now 10:47. So earlier it was 10:25. So we're going to change just the last two numbers. Alright, so you see there where the big hand is going to go, or where the 47 is, and I'll show you that in just a second. And the little red hand stays on the 10. See how the number 10 right here is in red? And I couldn't find the blue one right away, so we're just going to pretend that that's blue, but it's purple. Alright, let's move that blue hand, shall we? From 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47. And whoops, you gotta keep in mind this is a new board. Hold on one second, friends. It's gonna take a little bit of practice to get it perfectly. And that's what time it is. We're gonna see if we can wrap up the story before 11 o'clock. And when it does, the little hand's gonna be pointing to the 11. So let's get started on that. Alright, today's folk tale is none other than The Spirit's Drum. Years and years ago, the people of the town of Selapum were building a temple. They wanted their new temple to be the finest in all the province of Royit. For many months they spent all of their free time working together to build it. Whenever it was completed at last, everyone agreed it was without rival. That means nobody fought over it. But it lacked one thing: a drum. The people knew their temple would not be really complete until they had a drum, which the priests could beat to tell them the time of day and to call them to the temple for ceremonies. They used a drum to tell the time back then. And since their temple was the finest in the province, they decided it must have the finest drum. But the drums in the other temples of the province were very fine. Some were intricately carved. Others were brilliantly painted, and still others were both. How can we find a better drum? The people of Selapum asked themselves. Some are carved, others are painted. What is there left for us? Finally, one man suggested, at least we can have the biggest drum in the province in our temple. This seemed to be an excellent idea, although the abbot of the temple said, a big drum is not necessary. A small one will do. Many of the people were convinced that they lived too far away from the temple to hear a small drum. They said, we would not hear it. We wouldn't know when to come to the temple. The abbot tried to tell them that a small drum could be heard just as well as a large drum. But no one would listen to him. The people were determined that their temple should have the largest drum in the province. And so it did. The drum was taller than 2 men. Every day the priests beat it, and every day the people of Selapum congratulated themselves for their wisdom in choosing such a fine drum. The abbot did not like the drum. He feared it would bring nothing good, but no one would listen to him. One night the people were awakened by the beating of the drum, and they rushed to the temple thinking something must be wrong. Why did you beat the drum? They asked the priests. We didn't beat it, the priests replied, but we heard it, the people answered. And we heard it too, the priests said, but we didn't beat it. We thought someone from the town beat it. It was very strange. No one knew who had beaten the drum. But of one thing everyone was certain: the drum had been beaten. The next morning they forgot about the mysterious drum beat when they learned the sad news that a young man of the town had died during the night. The people were grieved when they heard this, for they had hoped that this young man would be the headman of their town one day. Now he was dead. Several weeks later, were people again wakened by the beat by the drum at midnight. Again they rushed to the temple thinking something must be wrong, and again they asked the priests, why did you beat the drum? Again the priest replied, but we didn't. The next morning, the people learned that another young man had died during the night. Now they were worried, but they did not know what to do. 4 times more the same thing happened. 4 times the drum was beaten at midnight, and 4 times a young man was found dead the next day. By this time the people of Selapum were frightened, So they went to the abbot of the temple to ask for advice. "You may recall that I did not want you to buy that drum in the first place," said the abbot. Here's a picture of the spirit drum. See how big it is? It's a pretty spooky thing going on, huh? Whew. It's a good thing this is just a fairy tale, just a folk tale. I thought it was not necessary, and I feared that it would not bring us any good. But you foolishly insisted on buying it. Now your folly is destroying you. It is my opinion that an evil spirit lives inside the drum. It will beat the drum at midnight and kill people until you get rid of it. Therefore, you must throw the drum into the deepest part of the lake near the town." Some of the men carried the drum to the shore of the lake. When they got there, a few of them still did not want to get rid of the drum. They said, "What does the abbot know about this drum? How does he know there is an evil spirit in it? Perhaps he's trying to deceive us." The other men there wanted to throw the drum in the lake nonetheless. So the few who were opposed to it said, "Look at the lake. It is shallow. Even if we weigh it down with rocks, the drum will not sink out of sight. The spirit will be able to escape and continue to plague our town. We shall have to find another way to dispose of the drum." They were planning to steal the drum themselves later that night. So the men carried the drum back to Selipum and decided to hide it in a safe place until they could think of a way to dispose of it. But that night, before the others had set out to steal the hidden drum, the people were awakened by the beating of a drum. And they found that the head man of their town was dead. The people were frightened, and since they did not know that the drum had not been thrown into the lake, they went in search of the abbot, whom they met on the way to the temple. The abbot was very angry this time. "The drum cannot have been thrown into the lake," he said. "Twice you have come for advice. Twice you have not listened to me. Now is the third time. Will you disobey me yet again? If you do, I cannot tell you that this town will be faced by nothing but misfortune. Throw the drum into the lake at once." The men who had hidden the drum were too frightened at the events of the night to disobey the abbot again. Quickly they took torches, carried the drum to the woods by the lake, and threw it into the shallow water. It was so dark that they could not see if it had disappeared or not. But none of them had the courage to wait by the shore until morning to find out. When they returned to the lake the next morning, they discovered a deep hole as precisely the spot where the drum had sunk into the water. The hole seemed to have no bottom whatsoever. The people were pleased when they realized this, for the farther underwater of the lake the drum was, the safer they felt. Since that day, no temple in Selipum has had a large drum. In fact, drums have all been so small that the spirit could not possibly live in them. And although they continue to fish in the lake near their town, the people do not go near the part of the lake with the deep hole. They believe that the evil spirit still lives in the submerged drum, and that he will go after anyone who comes over the hole in a boat. It happens to one foolish fisherman not too many years ago, and since then no one has wanted to have anything to do with the drum of Selipum. Ooh. Oh, that one was a bit on the spooky side. Very curious, though. So, what could we learn from this story? Listen to wise advice. If someone tells you that something is wrong, that they feel something on the inside is wrong, at least listen to them and really consider what they're saying. Sometimes there's something called intuition that's telling you when something's wrong, something you can't see, something you can't feel with your hands or hear even, but you just feel it in your heart. That's a very special gift that some of us have, and we are wiser to listen to folks with sound advice. So I think that's what the story was saying. What do you think? All right, let's check the time real quick. Oh my goodness. We started the story at 10:47 and now it's 10:57. Simply just 10 minutes later. Oh look, there's blue marker. Alright, so we're simply taking the blue, the long blue hand, and we're going to put it right here on the 55. It's very close to 11 o'clock. Okay, we gotta get this sorted out a little bit. Come on now. Alright, so you see how close the two hands are together? In just a few minutes, that long hand is going to reach the 12. And when it does, it will look like this. It will be 11 o'clock. You know, this has got to be one of our shorter episodes, but we still had a lot of fun today. At least I did, and I hope you did too. Now remember, if you want to accept the challenge, I challenge you to go throughout your home, go on the playground, go out into the front street, see if you can find numbers. Where are the numbers? More importantly, what do we use them for? Why are numbers so important? I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Miss Mithril tuning off, and I want you to take care. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. Take care of yourself and others. Goodbye!